Thank you, Regular Commission. Check out Mr. Uche. One for the story. Mr. Uche.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Secretary to the Government of the Federations, Mr. George Akume, the Head of Service, Mrs. E.D. Esther Wilson-Jack, Chief of Staff to the President, Right Honorable Fendi Banadia-Lila, the National Security Advisor, Madam Nuru Ribari, members of the Federal Executive Council, presidential aides, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, Mr. President, today's event is another historical, the swearing of two men. And I'll start with the first. The Senate on Thursday, 30th of October, 2025, confirmed Dr. Bernard Mohammed Dori as the Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The nomination of Dr. Doro follows the election of Professor Zentawe Roshi Rwanda as the Chairman of the All Progressive Congress. Rwanda, until his election as Chairman of FEC, was a former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction. Professor Rwanda was preceded by Senator Simon Lalong, who was a former governor of Plateau State and now a legislator. I will now read the citation of Dr. Bernard Mohammed.
Good afternoon. Your Excellency, Mr. Chairman, members of FEC, may I bring your indulgence to start by first thanking you, Your Excellency, and all the members of the Federal Executive Council for your tremendous support, encouragement, indeed prayers, and wishes during my recent illness. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Chairman, and members of FEC, the reforms that have been taken under your renewed hope agenda, so bold and sometimes unpopular, are rooted in a clear objective to build a competitive economy that attracts, creates jobs and lifts millions out of poverty. In Q2 2025, Nigeria's GDP grew by 4.23%, the highest in a decade outside the COVID rebound. 13 sectors recorded growth above 7%, up from 9 in the previous quarter, showing broad-based resilience. The industrial sector nearly doubled its growth from 3.72% to 7.45%, reflecting rising productivity and investor confidence. Inflation eased to 18% in December, while as we know, foreign exchange reserves up 43 billion and our trade surplus topped 7.4 trillion. Clear examples of macroeconomic stability. As the consumer spending basket published earlier this year shows, our citizens now spend maybe about half of their income on basic needs, food, shelter, and clothing. And that's compared with almost 90% previously. This signals a country moving from subsistence toward productivity and indeed affluence. Nigeria's removal from the Financial Action Task Force grey list, FATF grey list, marks a major milestone in strengthening financial integrity and confidence. At the recent World Bank IMF annual meeting, global leaders commended our reforms. Our progress and the revised IMF growth forecast of up to nearly 4% is and improve credit ratings. A key takeaway is the urgency to mobilize domestic resources and provide investment to finance infrastructure and, all importantly, job-rich growth. Yesterday's hugely successful 2.35 billion euro bond issuance, in which the order book peaked at over $13 billion, is a testament to continued investor confidence in our country and our reform agenda and Mr. President's leadership, despite the political headwinds which we are all aware of. The market shrugged off those political considerations and focused on the economic fundamentals of Nigeria. Sir, we remain committed to your vision of a 1 trillion naira economy by 2030. But to achieve this, we must accelerate output to 7% per annum growth by 2027, not just as an economic target, but as a moral imperative to end poverty. Critical to attaining this growth trajectory will be attracting the necessary investment into our economy. With public investment at only 5% of GDP, we must urgently develop investment-ready projects across so many sectors that will crowd in large-scale domestic and external capital, direct investment in the economy by Nigerians as well as by foreigners. Ministers overseeing key sectors, for example, infrastructure, mining, education, health, agriculture, blue economy, digital innovation, arts and culture, must work with subnational governments, the states, to identify and package projects that meet investor expectations. And it is likely under the policy coordination mandate, I'm sure that maybe the volume and the quality of private investment mobilized will become the key metric of the leadership, particularly in those areas.
We continue to engage with our partners. The success of the 2.3 billion bond oversubscribed is the most so the task ahead is immense. We are engaging the world diplomatically, and I'm sure all of you that we will, defeat terrorism. The task ahead is immense, but it's our resolve to move forward with unity and purpose, guided by a renewed hope agenda to build a prosperous, inclusive, and resilient Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Dr. Kingsley Tochukwu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Dr. Kingsley Tochukwu, a Senior Advocate of Nigeria, is a distinguished legal luminary, public policy strategist, a lecturer, international development expert, and an inspiring figure whose work also bridges with academia, governance, and reforms. He is the Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice of Enugu State. Dr. Kingsley Tochukwu was born on the 14th day of November 1980 in Nkanu West local government area of Enugu State. He holds a bachelor degree of law degree from the University of Nigeria and was called to the bar in 2006. In 2008, he obtained a master's degree in public international law from the University of Nottingham, United Kingdom. He also got a doctorate in law, in public law from Stellenbosch University in South Africa Dr. Ude has complemented his legal training with specialized certification in strategic leadership and policy making, financial literacy and management, public finance management, and advanced security, working with institutions like the United Nations Safety and Security. Before his appointment as Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice, Dr. Ude has made outstanding contributions across law practice, public service, and the academia, providing legal, policy, strategy, and governance advisory services to notable clients, which include the Attorney General of the Federation, the EFCC, INEC, National Assembly, several national and international institutions, including the World Bank and some state governments. As Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Dr. Ude had provided dynamic leadership to the justice sector, pioneering the digitalization of the courts and justice processes in Enugu State, and also facilitating the passage of over 30 transformative laws. An accomplished academic and author, Dr. Ude has lectured at the University of Nigeria, Bayes University in Abuja, and the Nigerian Law School. He mentored the next generation of lawyers and policymakers. His numerous publications in top international journals and books have advanced discourse on public procurement, governance, and legal reform. Dr. Ude is a fellow of the African Procurement Law Unit, the Stellenbosch University, and a member of several professional bodies, including the Nigerian Bar Association, Nigerian Association of Law Teachers, and the Public Procurement Research Group, University of Nottingham. He is happily married to Mrs. Chinalogo Juliet Dochi, who is also a lawyer, and they have many best children. Your Excellency, Mr. President, at this point, I would like to ask the ministers to just step forward in front of the microphone to take their oath. Take the oath of office.
I, Dr. Kingsley Dorian, S.A., do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Mr. President.
I, the Dr. Kingsley Dorian, do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as a minister of the government of the Federation, I will discharge my duties to the best of my ability, faithfully and in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law, and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that I will not allow my personal interests to influence my official conduct or my official decisions, that I will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that I will abide by the code of conduct contained in the 5th schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that in all circumstances I will do right to all as may be required for the due discharge of my duties as minister. So help me God.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That brings us to the end of this ceremony. Thank you. Camera should wait.
This is to formally inform council members that was Senator Solomon Owuga, a former member of the Federal Executive Council. The late Senator Solomon Owuga was an accomplished leader, administrator, and patriotic statesman whose public service spanned several decades. His career was characterized by commitment to governance, institutional strengthening, socio-economic development of Nigeria. He was elected Deputy Governor of Nasarawa State in 1999. He was later appointed Minister of State, Federal Capital Territory in the same year. It means he wasn't sworn in as Deputy Governor. Under the administration of President Olusegun Obasanjo, he contributed significantly to administrative reforms, urban development, policy coordination in the nation's capital. Senator Owuga went on to represent Nasarawa North Senatorial District, 7th National Assembly, where he distinguished himself as a seasoned legislator and advocate for national development. Senator Solomon Owuga passed away on 23rd September at the age of 70 in Egypt. Your Excellency, Mr. President, I respectfully request that the Council members rise and observe a minute silence in honor of Senator. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Excellency, I'm informed of the death of the former Chief of Staff, General Mohammed Abdullahi. General Abdullahi was Chief of Staff to President Olusegun Obasanjo's administration for 8 years. Prior to that, he had served as the military governor of Benue, Plateau State, and he became the first Director General of the Nigerian Security Organization. So, may I ask you a question on that members of council? Once again, you guys have the honor. So, so rest in perfect peace. Amen. Let's